I never thought my wedding day would start with a betrayal. Standing at the registry office, heart pounding with excitement, I was about to marry the love of my life, Mark. My family was there. My mom, my dad, and my younger brother, all smiles. Or so I thought. Just as I was about to walk into the ceremony room, I needed to grab my purse from the waiting area. I tiptoed back, not wanting to disturb anyone, and that's when I heard it. My mother's voice, low and conspiratorial, talking to my dad and brother. She said, right after the signing, "We're all moving into her new house. She and Mark can't say no, not on their wedding day. It's the perfect plan." I froze. The words hit me like a physical blow. Her new house. She meant my new house. The one Mark and I had scrimped and saved for, pouring our hearts and souls into every detail. It was our sanctuary, our future. And my own mother was plotting to invade it, to turn our new beginning into a continuation of my old life, a life I had been trying to build boundaries from. My whole life, I'd been the family's designated problem solver, their financial safety net. I paid for my brother's tuition, covered my dad's bad investments, and constantly bailed my mom out of her shopping sprees. I thought getting married, starting my own life with Mark, would finally be my escape. Clearly, I was wrong. They didn't see it as my new life. They saw it as a new resource to exploit. My brother chimed in, his voice full of entitlement. "Yeah, and I'm taking the master bedroom with the ensuite. Sarah can have the smaller room with Mark." My own brother, who I'd supported for years, was already divvying up my home like a prize he'd won. My dad just grunted in agreement. The casual cruelty, the utter disregard for me as a person, for my marriage, for my future, it was breathtaking. The beautiful white dress I was wearing suddenly felt like a costume, a silly outfit for a fool who was about to be played. The flowers in my hand trembled. Was this really happening? Was this my family? Tears welled up, hot and angry. I wanted to storm in there and scream. But what would that accomplish? They'd deny it, call me crazy, and ruin the day. Mark would be caught in the middle of a horrible family drama before we even said our vows. No, I couldn't let them win. I took a deep, shaky breath, wiped my eyes, and forced a smile onto my face. I would play their game, but by my own rules. I walked back towards the ceremony room, the plan solidifying in my mind. This wasn't just my wedding day anymore. It was my Independence Day. I walked into the room where Mark was waiting, his face lighting up when he saw me. He could tell something was wrong. "Are you okay, my love?" he whispered, his eyes full of concern. I squeezed his hand. "I'm more than okay," I whispered back, my voice filled with a new, steely resolve. I just realized something very important. We went through the ceremony, the registrar's words a distant hum in my ears. I said I do with more conviction than I'd ever felt in my life. I wasn't just saying yes to Mark. I was saying yes to myself, to our future, and a firm, resounding no to the manipulations of my family. After the signing, just as my mother had planned, the celebrations began. At the small reception we'd arranged, my mom stood up to give a toast. She was beaming, a picture of a proud mother. "To my wonderful daughter Sarah, and my new son, Mark," she began, her voice dripping with false sentiment. "We are so thrilled to welcome Mark into our family. And we're even more thrilled about the next chapter." She paused for dramatic effect, looking straight at me. "Where we'll all be one big, happy family, living together." She raised her glass, expecting applause. My dad and brother clapped enthusiastically. The rest of the room was silent, confused. This was my cue. I stood up, took the microphone, and smiled my sweetest, most dazzling smile. "Thank you, Mom. That's such a generous thought." I let the sentence hang in the air. "And since you're all about new chapters and big moves, Mark and I have a surprise for you, too." I turned to Mark, who gave me a supportive nod. He still didn't know the details, but he trusted me. "We've decided to start our married life with an adventure. We're moving," I announced cheerfully. "Our flight leaves tonight. We're relocating to Australia." The room erupted in gasps. My mother's jaw dropped. Her face went from triumphant to horrified in a split second. "Australia? What are you talking about? What about the house? What about us?" She sputtered, her voice rising in panic. My dad looked pale, and my brother looked like I'd just stolen his winning lottery ticket. I kept my smile firmly in place. "Oh, the house. We sold it. The deal closed this morning." This was a lie, of course, but a necessary one. We wanted a completely fresh start, just the two of us. And we're using the money from the sale to set ourselves up down under. But you can't," my brother yelled out, forgetting where he was. "What about my room? What about me? I turned to him, my smile finally fading, replaced by a calm, cold expression. What about you, Kevin? For years, I've supported you. I thought you were family, not a dependent. It's time for you to stand on your own 2 feet. Then I looked at my mother and father. And it's time for all of you to do the same. My wallet is officially closed. My home is my own. This marriage, I said, taking Mark's hand, is for us, not for you to hijack. The silence in the room was deafening. My mother looked like she was about to faint. My dad was staring at his shoes, and my brother was red with fury. But for the first time in my life, I felt free. Truly, blissfully free. Mark squeezed my hand, a proud, loving smile on his face. He finally understood. We didn't actually have plane tickets to Australia, and the house wasn't sold. But we weren't going back there, not tonight. We were going to a hotel, and then we were going to find a new house, a new address that my family wouldn't have. They had shown their true colors, and I had finally shown them mine.